I wasn't gonna record this, but I have no reason not to. So, I'm making lunch. I'm Jerica, in case you forgot. And this is my amateur cooking show. You might learn something. You might not. We're making what I consider to be a healthy, hearty lunch. Should be kind of quick. We're having salmon and shrimp with mashed potatoes and broccoli. First things first, preheat your oven. I'm gonna cook my broccoli in the oven so I can just forget about it. And I love roasted broccoli. And then boil some water shrimp, but I have it, so I'm gonna cook it. The salmon is plenty, so you're gonna look at this and be like, that's a lot of food. And it is. But mind your business and make your own portions. Oh my god. Hello? Okay, so we're going ingredient list. Like I said, we're having salmon, mashed potatoes, broccoli, and shrimp. So, other than those 4 items, we have lemon, garlic, butter, olive oil, both, salt, pepper, garlic powder, seasoned salt, any other seasonings you may want. It's just me eating, so we're not making a lot. Double it if you have more people. Pro tip, the smaller you cut your potatoes, the faster they cook. If you just cut them in half and then cut them in half again, and you have these giant chunks, they're going to take like 30 minutes to boil. If you cut little tiny cubes, they'll be done really quick. And you're just going to mash them anyway, so it doesn't matter what they look like when you cut them. So I boil one of my garlic cloves in with the potatoes because the clove of garlic will soften with the potatoes, and I can just mash it in for flavor. Alright, now the broccoli, very easy. Cut it up as big as you want it or as small as you want it. Put it on a pan in the oven, olive oil, salt, pepper. Forget about it. Well, don't. Cook it for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. I like broccoli when it's crispy, when it's like almost burnt. It's like caramelized. Oh, I love it. I could eat it forever. Andrew, my partner, he likes it where it's just like kind of soft. He doesn't even like it charred a little. So to each their own. Cook it how you like it. I have my oven on 400. But circling back to that broccoli comment, if you prepare food for a lot of people and they like it a certain way and you like it differently, you know, don't make it feel like it's an inconvenience, you know, just adjust, move on. Oh my gosh. Sorry, my stuff almost boiled over. But yeah, so like my broccoli, like he likes his a little less done. I like mine a little more done. I take 10 pieces out and I set his aside, and then I leave mine in there until the meal's almost ready and mine's burnt. So I think a lot of people should stop settling and doing things to convenience other people, and you should do things the way you like them if you're the one preparing them, or make sure that you're accommodating for yourself, because I think that's like a forgotten art. Anyways, so as I'm putting my broccoli in the oven, I am realizing that I may get backlash for saying that you should just put salt and pepper and olive oil. You can season it more. You can put garlic powder on it, or red crushed pepper, or, you know, do it all fancy. This is how I like it. I like it very simple. Salt and pepper, olive oil, roasted. Drain your potatoes. Drain the water. I don't know why I never have this part. This is where I spilled the water last time. I didn't have my colander ready. So have your colander ready. Maybe next video I will. So I drained the water out, and then I just put it right back into the pan and boiled it in. And to my mashed potatoes, I'm adding milk. I don't like milk. I don't. But this is what I have, and it's a small one, so. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it's not butter. Butter. Add some salt, pepper. Hot pan, holy shit. Don't touch hot metal. That is that's a pro tip. That's a chef. Yeah. Not sure if I've made it clear enough, but I go into these with no plan. I'm like, okay, this sounds good. I have this in the fridge. I have this. I'm gonna make this. So like as you see me getting stuff out and forgetting things and preparing stuff, just know that it's authentic. So the taters are mashed. They need salted, peppered. I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic powder and that Italian seasoning I used in my last video. Now that the mashed potatoes are done and the broccoli is almost done, we're gonna get this seafood going. Like I said, the salmon is not gonna take very long, nor is the shrimp. Let it be known that you could just do the salmon in the oven with the broccoli. You could just throw it all in the pan and put it in the oven. The salmon will probably take about 20 minutes at 400 in the oven. I'm just gonna cook it in a pan because it's gonna take like 10. I'm heating the oil. Alright, so I minced some garlic. Bought the salmon from the meat counter. Yeah, beauty. Salt and pepper. Oh, way too much pepper. That's okay. Blackened salmon. And then lemon. And lemon zest. You want to go skin side down to make it really crispy. A lot of people don't even eat the skin, so it doesn't really matter, but still the better way to cook it. Hot pan, baby. I'm just going to cook my shrimp in the same pan, so I had these raw shrimp. I'm just going to go ahead and marinate them in the bag, and then just drop them in with the salmon and cook them in the same pan. For the shrimp, I'm just doing the same seasoning. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, seasoned salt, and lemon. Save the dishes. It was already in this bag. Why would I not season it in here? Makes no sense. And these are going to be super quick, so these are going to cook way faster than the salmon. And I just want to note, you know the phrase, birds of a feather flock together, or whatever? This applies in food too, you know, fish of the same dock can rock, you know, like, don't put fish in with raw chicken. You know, keep the fish with the fish and the chicken with the chicken. You don't want cross-contamination, baby. Food safety is very important. Even though I'm an amateur chef, I do have experience cooking, so I won't get myself sick or anybody else eating my food, and that's very important. So if you are cooking or an amateur, like all of us here, just make sure you're hip to food safety because it's important, and for your health and stuff too. Yeah. Okay, so my shrimp has been in there for like, what, a minute, and they're like almost done. So once shrimp are pink and opaque, they are finished. Like, don't overcook them. Let's flip her over. And I'm actually throwing in my garlic now, weirdly enough. Because now that I've flipped it onto that side that I'm going to eat all the meat on, I didn't want to burn the garlic. It'll get nice and fragrant while that side's cooking. Do what you please, if it doesn't please you, don't do it. Don't do it. Just saying. do what you please, and if it doesn't please you, don't do it. Let's check our broccoli. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, almost burnt, baby. That's where the phrase deglazing comes from, right? So like, if there's stuff on the bottom of your pan, like garlic and, you know, pieces of the meat or whatever, when you put a liquid in it, it kind of gets like so hot that stuff releases, so you deglaze the bottom of the pan. Food Network. Not sponsored. You just watch a lot of it. Alright, the only time Tim Hain is ever going to be a background man.
What's up?
As I'm pulling this out of the oven, I'm realizing that it is much more a dinner than a lunch, but it's hearty and I meant to eat it last night, so it's getting done.
Also, big air quotes on only time.
So, cue the beautiful cutaway of my plate, and thank you so much for joining me. Oh, nope, that's not gonna work. So, cue the beautiful cutaway of my plate and my hearty, emphasis on hearty, healthy lunch. Thank you so much for joining me again. I hope to see you in my next video. If you haven't got the clue yet, there is no plan. So, check me out, NoRecipeChef. I'll get better at posting. Thanks. Alright, the only time Tim Hain is ever gonna be a background man.
What's up?
As I'm pulling this out of the oven, I'm realizing that it is much more a dinner than a lunch, but it's hearty and I meant to eat it last night, so it's getting done.
Also, big air quotes on only time.
So, cue the beautiful cutaway of the healthy, emphasis on hearty, lunch of salmon, shrimp, broccoli, and mashed potatoes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you next time. Until then, check out NoRecipeChef on Instagram and YouTube.